Hello, thanks for listening to the Witness History podcast from the BBC World Service with me, Jill Kersley. I'm taking you back to 1986, when the frightening phrase, "Welcome to the dungeon," popped up on people's computer screens. It's all to do with the creation of a computer virus known as Brain.
I strongly believe in using the given resource by God, which is our brain. That is why I kept my company name also Brain. I'm not very intelligent, but I want to use my brain. My childhood was mostly, spent with my three brothers. One is my elder brother and my younger brother is Basit Alvi, who was the co-author of this code or so-called virus.
That's Amjad Farooq Alvi, one of the brains behind the development of what is thought to be the first personal computer virus. It was named after his company. To understand how he became obsessed with computing, we need to go back to when he was growing up in Pakistan.
When I was schooling, my father started our membership for the British Council Library. And I used to bunk my school and used to come to the library and read all electronics and computer books there.
Skipping school paid off as he went on to get a degree in maths and physics. He and his brothers set up their company in a shop in Lahore.
We started this business around 1983 by maintaining small computers, a British brand called Sinclair, that was created by Sir Clive Sinclair.
He and his team set about launching the world's first compact personal computer.
ZX80 is a complete computer. It plugs straight into a conventional television, straight into the aerial socket. There's no modification of the set.
I was a sole service provider in Pakistan for those small home computers. Soon, word started selling IBM PC compatibles.
Computer maker IBM has been regarded as the electronics company which could not only match the Japanese but actually defeat them.
I started selling and maintaining those computers also.
Business was growing for the brothers, but Amjad couldn't stop messing around with computer coding.
So I found one article that was about how to run two programs together while one is running in the front and one is running in the background. Somehow my mind struck that this can surprise people. So I thought, why not to write something for a break if somebody is working on the computer for long. So just to entertain that person, a background program can pop up and start telling some story or reading a book.
He continued to develop his fun programs, surprising his friends with different stories and phrases popping up on the screen whilst they were hard at work on their computers.
Then we started working on hiding it so that nobody can see it. We developed this code and we left it. We became bored of it.
Amjad and his brothers kept on writing and selling software. Business was good.
We got an order from our friend who was a doctor. When we discussed about the cost of it, he said, we have very limited budget, so you try to develop this software at a very low price. I said, okay. We can do that, but the code will be our proprietary. You won't be able to sell or give to anyone else. We were not that good to write agreements and protect it in any legal way. There was no law also in cyber laws in Pakistan during those days. I just warned him. I said, okay, I'll put a piece of code and if you will copy it, it will spread. So I warned him that you will never make copy of this floppy. He said, okay, no problem.
The warning was clear. If the software was copied, then the special code that Amjad and his brother Basit had written into the program would spread to other computers. Amjad forgot about his project for the doctor. Then, one day, he was working late.
So I work around 18 hours a day. When I have to sleep, I just drag myself from my chair to the mattress and I used to sleep there. So in the middle of night, somewhere around 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I receive a call and I picked up the phone and somebody was talking in English. And she asked me, oh, is it Brain Computers? I said, yeah. Then I asked her, how can I help her? She said, I have a problem with my computer and it tells me to contact you. I was thinking, how come Then I asked her, where are you calling from? She said, I'm calling from Florida, some university. I can't remember the name. So she said, oh, I was writing some article for my department newsletter, and suddenly it started giving me problem. I was unable to save my file. So then it struck my mind, oh my God, you must be having the virus. Then I asked her, have you exchanged floppies or anything? She said, I don't give a damn. You just tell me how to get rid of this situation. I have to save my article right now. I also asked her how she got my contact. Then she told me that one of her colleague who was good in computers, he digged into the floppy and he found my name and contact there.
Remember that software that Amjad wrote for his doctor friend and clearly warned him not to copy? Well, somehow it must have been copied because the code on that software had spread to computers everywhere. It was the start of a virus, and people all over the world were reading this message on their screen.
Welcome to the dungeon. Copyright 1986.
Basit and Amjad's Brain Computer Services 730.
Lahore, Pakistan. Phone 430.
4432.
530.
Beware of this virus.
Contact us for vaccination.
It reached US, UK, Australia, China, Singapore.
The brain-computer virus was spreading around the world. So what exactly is a computer virus? BBC TV show The Net explained all in 1994.
Viruses are bits of software code that can creep into your system and clone themselves. At the most harmless, they can just produce pretty pictures on your screen, but at their most pernicious, they can destroy all your data.
Amjad knew that his brain virus was a harmless one, but not everyone thought that. Here's some of what Time magazine wrote in 1988.
Using a binary editor, the computer equivalent of a high-powered magnifying glass, systems engineer Peter Schiedler examined the disk's contents line by line. What I saw wasn't pretty, says Schiedler. It was garbage, a real mess. Suddenly he spotted something that gave him a chill. Buried near Sector 0, the disk's innermost circle, was evidence that the glitch was not a glitch at all, but a deliberate act of sabotage.
That was not true. This virus was not, or this piece of code was not intended to damage, steal, or harm anything.
There, standing out amid a stream of random letters and numbers, was the name and phone number of a Pakistani computer store and a message that read, in part, "Welcome to the dungeon. Contact us for vaccination."
Brain was thought to be the first virus for personal computers, and also the first and possibly the only virus to contain the genuine names and contact information of its creators. This was unusual because no one who wrote a harmful virus would want to be identified. Amjad and his brothers still work at their company, Brain, which is now a large telecommunications firm in Pakistan.
We three are together by the grace of God. We enjoy our work. We make less money, but the amount of enjoyment we have is countless. This one small thing, which so-called virus, is actually just a small thing in my whole career. Very, very small thing.
Amjad Farooq Alvi was talking to me, Jill Kersley, for the Witness History podcast from the BBC World Service. If you've enjoyed listening, why not leave us a review? And please share it with anyone you think would like to hear it. It really helps in letting people know about the amazing stories people tell us on Witness History.
From the brilliant and bizarre.
It was really surreal. It was a surreal kind of atmosphere there. You couldn't really see anybody.
To the shocking and unexpected.
I'm just wondering, what are we going to do now? This was really my worst fear. He found 100% horse meat that was labelled as beef.
Witness the stories that have shaped our world. Told by the people who were there.
When he went to the factory, the poodle went in front of him, so the workers only knew, oh, the boss is here.
Many people had many things to lose by our victory. The future was not so bright.
Witness History.
We had a designer. He brought in a fully storyboarded idea about how the Queen would arrive by jumping out of a helicopter. And we all said, that's brilliant, but it's never going to happen.
Witness History at bbcworldservice.com/witnesshistory or wherever you get your podcasts.